$300. Oh, I don't like that message. That's okay. If we get a margin call, that'll be good. It just automatically closes out at a good spot. Let's see what happens. Alright, so you see it. There's a lot of stuff going on this video. I need y'all, before you even get started, like, comment, and subscribe. All for it. Let me know if you messing with the videos. If you are, comment section. If you're not, comment section. No matter what, I want to know. So enough talking. Stay in tune for the whole video to find out if we even flip the account. Let's get into it. I didn't even brush yet. Y'all see that? This is straight, just do-rag off, no oil yet. Do you see that? I ain't gonna lie, if I take my wave serious, I will be in here swimming. Y'all will be drowning. Alright, so we got a pair USD CAD. About to show y'all what I am looking at. Hold on, I gotta actually. Alright, daily time frame. It's a counter trend setup. We can clearly see we're bullish, right? We got the recent break, higher low, higher high. But if I take the drawings away, you see how we have this bearish variation pattern forming that bearish engulfing past that previous bullish candle. This is good. This allowed us to see what? The 4-hour time frame break of structure. You can see we go from bullish to bearish due to the breakout of these higher lows. And then before we even continue, I'm about to bring up the trading tips because this is why I put it in the trading tips so you can see what I mean. So right here, you can obviously see we are at setup number 4. Recently got the breaker structure. We're looking to catch a counter trend trade, looking for the retracement back down. If I go back here, going back towards the daily time frame, and we draw out structure, we can see clear as day, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the same type of setup. You can see recent breaker structure, higher low, higher high. Price is starting to find this retracement. Recent break of structure, higher low, higher high, starting to form a retracement. I'm looking to catch a sale. So it's the same thing, same setup. I'm in a counter trend scenario. This is good. 4-hour time frame presented me with a beautiful break of structure, which also allowed the 1 hour to do the same exact thing around here. But the last structure break happened was here. So you can see the 4-hour being in sync with the 1 hour. And once we presented this beautiful initial break of structure on the 4-hour time frame, the 1 hour had the same exact thing get established on its time frame. Like I said, we have the overall break happen around here, going from this bullish to now bearish trend. But the last structure break was around here. This is why I have this zone marked off. I have multiple signs of rejection. If I zoom out and I were to drag this all the way out, you can see the multiple rejections that price is showing. So right now, everything is looking good. We're abiding by those rules. But as I go towards a 5-minute time frame, I simply do not have a entry just yet. Yes, we do have the break of structure happen around here, going from bullish to bearish, but it didn't present me with like the last signal that I do look for before I enter my trades. If you want to know that, Discord in the description, just click it, join, you figured out your answer. So the first break of structure happened around here, but price was just not ready. And then price had the continuation, the retracement, and then the next break of structure. Again, price is just simply not ready. And then you can see price go from this bearish to bullish flip. This is why we don't enter just yet. We wait for all the confluences to add up. Because say if you would have entered down here, probably would have got stopped out. Who knows? But I don't know because we didn't enter the trade. So price goes from this bullish, bearish to back bullish to now getting back bearish, presenting us with another breaker structure. But again, price is just simply not ready yet. I'm looking for just a deep retracement on the 5-minute time frame, getting around here. And then I will look for a dump off like so, possibly leaving us with a left head, right shoulder concept, and then break through this little neckline price is forming. Again, this is the lower time frame, so I'm not too on the head and shoulders. I just want to see a deeper retracement, allowing me to see another rejection towards the zone, and then I will possibly be looking for entries. So we're going to see, we're going to wait. Price is still developing, so we still have time to see what price wants to do. 1 hour forms, or it is forming nice rejection towards the zone. Again, left head, right shoulder. This is on the 1 hour time frame. Yes, it's not the cleanest, but you can spot it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now for USD CAD. It's Thursday. We'll see if we catch a position. There's no rush to catch a position. We did just come off of that winning trade on GBP NZD. Was it GBP NZD? Yeah, was it GBP NZD? Yeah, it was GBP NZD. So coming off that trade, that winning setup, I'm not going to be impatient and try to force something. So I'm simply going to wait, see what price wants to do, and we go from there. So updates will be coming. All right, y'all, just entered our position. You can see we are floating around negative $94. We are looking, my stop loss is set at, what's that, 453. So price didn't allow me to risk what I wanted to. I'm only risking like $200 on this trade. So yeah, we're only risking like $200, almost $300 on this trade. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm excited. My original risk was I wanted to risk like around 506, but I couldn't. So we're risking this. We're gonna see what happens. Finally got my entry. See how it plays out. All right, y'all. So I wanted to make this recording just in case price does reject from this level and we fall. I want to give you like my ins and outs, or I guess just my thought process behind it. So obviously you see our entry came. Our entry was around here. So same entry, same original entry we would have had. We found our entry. Now it's just about me waiting. Like I say all the time, I trust this analysis. I trust my technical analysis. I have the correct entry. I have the correct stop loss. We have structure. Only thing I got to see now is just the higher time frames respect this structure and then possibly fall if that happens. And if not, so be it. We're only risking 30% on this trade, so I'm risking 280. I think I already showed y'all. So right now we're at like 230 in drawdown. I'm risking 282, 30% of the balance, which is good. Don't want to risk 50% because the Lord wouldn't allow me to risk 50%, and it's for a reason. So I was trying to risk around 50%, like 506 I was trying to risk, but it said I didn't have enough leverage, which is just a sign from the Lord that I'm going to, trust in not risking too much on this plan, just because if it does go wrong, okay, cool, it's only a $200 loss, 30% down. That's amazing. We're at a good amount in the account. So let's see what happens. We're right now rejecting this area. I drew out this zone on the 1 hour because if we look at the 1 hour, you see this little minor area of where price reached, found rejection and fell. We're rejecting this area right now, and if I drag it off towards the left, it is somewhat of a respected area. You can see the rejection here, here, somewhat here. So I am expecting price to treat this up as some type of minor resistance zone if we can. If not, hey, so be it. We just lose the trade. You're not going to win every single setup. Let's see what happens, and I'm going to update y'all in, I guess, the next couple of minutes if price does push, or the next couple of hours if price wants to reverse and now go in our direction. Let's see what happens. All right, y'all can obviously see I threw a hoodie on. I am freezing right now, but focusing in on the charts, you can see how price formed the rejection towards this area, going back towards the 1 hour. You can see this huge wick rejection price is showing me, which is good. That's what I wanted to see in the first place. One, price is now respecting our 1 hour zone and respecting this little minor area of resistance. Now I'm simply waiting to see if price can continue this push back towards the downside. Going to see what we're doing on the charts. We were down 214. We are now down. Y'all know my chart got to refresh. Let's just watch it. We're going to watch over here, see how price moved. But I don't know why my computer does this, bro. It takes like 8 hours. I don't think I want to be patient enough. So I'm just going to do this. Now we're at, what, 92? Negative 92? Oh, yeah. You can obviously see we're almost back at entry. Around, we were like 2 something. Now we're only like 100 in drawdown. So still holding. Price is doing pretty well. We are currently in drawdown, but that's fine. Let's see how price fully plays out. Like I said, everything looks good. Everything looks good. I like how this rejection is forming too. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna bring y'all later on. I just wanted to show y'all like the updated. That was so fast how it happened, but you saw price was all the way up here. We were in drawdown. People would have got scared. You cannot get scared. Another thing about trading, nobody wants to tell you. When you execute a position, it's either you 100% trust yourself or you're 50-50. If you're 50-50, you should never enter the position in the first place. Why? Because now you hold yourself back from potential profits based off of you seeing yourself in red. If I would have been 50-50 about this position, I would have closed my trade, not here. Well, I would have closed my trade around here when we was negative like $220 just then. But I do trust this analysis. I do like how I broke this down. I've showed y'all what I've seen. Everything made sense. We're abiding by the rules. I executed my position. I told y'all I'm not money hungry. I'm plan hungry. So if I see my plan in the market, I execute on that plan. And now we just simply wait to see if I was correct or if I was wrong. If I'm wrong, it's going to hit my stop loss and I will lose money on this trade. If I'm right, it will hit my take profit and I will win money on this trade. Now it's about just trusting yourself. Trust yourself fully. You have to trust yourself. All trading pairs work. It's because they trust their plan. They seen it work. They trust the plan and they execute every single time. Just execute and trust yourself. Now yo, you can obviously see what price is doing. But guess what I just realized? We hit the 1,000 wows. God is good. All praise to the Most High. Give all my praise to Jesus Christ. He's the reason I'm able to do this. I'm still going to do this, and I'm going to teach y'all how to do this. $60. All right, let me stop celebrating. But all jokes aside, bro. Trade's not done yet. Let me chill before it reverse on me. Bro, $60. Bro, $60? Where else you gonna flip $60 to $1,000? This is legal. Nothing that I did is illegal. This is legal. Legal money. The legal way. Don't do no stupid stuff around me. I tell people all the time, you know me, you know me. You do some stupid stuff, lock them up. Lock them up. All right, let me stop playing. But yeah, price is moving. We'll continue to wait. Obviously, the market is about to close and then reopen in 21 minutes. So we're gonna see what happens and go from there. I am expecting price to continue to fall. I have my alert set up past this zone. This being our 4-hour breaker structure, but also being an area where price treats it as support. I would love to see price get below. This is why I have that alarm right there. I'm gonna wait for price to get below. I'm actually gonna move it a little bit more. If we can break past this level, dude, targets, I see those getting smashed. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna update y'all later. All right, y'all, so this is what it's coming down to. y'all saw what happened earlier. I got a little excited, but look at this. We had this huge move, bro, when I was at the gym. Price formed this huge wick towards the downside. We've probably, you can obviously see I have my alarm set up, breaking our lows. We will be breaking past these lows, setting up here. That's why I wanted to see price close below this lowest wick, and it had to push. We just didn't close. Looking at it from the 4-hour now, in the next 16 minutes, if price closes with this huge wick towards my lows, I'm simply going to close out my trade. I'm not going to be greedy because the price is showing me this huge, I guess, slowed up momentum. And yeah, it's basically showing me that selling pressure is stepping away and buying pressure is getting back into play. And if I continue to go towards the downside, you can obviously see where price is just showing huge rejections towards this support zone, which I don't like. So I'm going to see what in the next 16 minutes, how we close out. Like I said, we are up $100. We hit that $1,000 mark. You can obviously see the commission, $21. We're going to see, y'all. We're going to see. I would love to see price push, but being honest, it's not going to happen if we don't have a close below. If we close below these body candles, that's the breaker structure. We can see price continue. But if price continue to hold up how we're doing now, form a rejection, I'm going to just close out. Who knows? I might even close out a little bit early. No, I'm not. I'm going to be patient, wait for price to do what it do. All right, I'm going to update y'all, cut y'all back on with whatever takes place once I make a decision. All right, also closed for a little $58 profit. You can obviously see price action just looks, thanks babe. Price action just looks horrible. We're bouncing from this level. You can obviously see where price is now forming the bullish pressure. So decided to close with $58. So this week alone, we are looking at, don't worry about this or this or this or this or that. Let's say 598 plus 59, $657 for the week, bringing us to a whopping $959. It's good. I'm happy. 2-0 this week. Good trades. Great trades. And now we simply wait until next week to do it all over again. See y'all then. Welcome back to week 4 of turning $60 to whatever the Lord allows us to turn it to. So today we have GBP CHF for our pair of the week. I've never said that before. It's Monday. GBP CHF is the pair we're looking at for tonight. Don't worry about behind me. I am in the midst of folding close, so it is a little chaotic. But we are sitting at $9.59 in the account for the starting balance of this week. We are looking, ladies and gentlemen, to take this 959.07 to around 19.18.14. That was hard. I ain't gonna lie. We're looking at $1,918.14 for the end goal of this week, meaning that we are looking to risk around $528. I like to round my decimals. So if you round this would be 5. You round this would be 8. So we're looking to risk $528 for this week. So let's see if we're not taking this trade. This trade is already taken off. Oh my. I'm just going to do a breakdown. We're not going to be able to take this trade. It is what it is. We'll have a better opportunity later this week. So what I was saying was, you can see that price is bearish. Right, knowing that price is bearish, I'm gonna go to the trading tips so I can just have it. Knowing that price is bearish, you can see we have our lower high, recent break of structure, and this is a potential lower low. It's not a lower low just yet because this is what price looks like. Price has recently formed this break of structure. We don't have a pullback, so if I mark this off as being a lower low without actually seeing price pull back in the other direction like so, price can easily have some type of continuation towards the downside, and then I have to move this around here, and then price starts to form the pullback. Once we can see a pullback in the opposite direction, we can mark this off as being a lower low. Until then, it's not a lower low. So right now we have a potential lower low. And why do I say it's a potential lower low? Because again, if I take this away, we can see the bearish momentum price had. We slowed down due to this rejection. And at the moment, price is starting to form these bullish candles. We could possibly see this next candlestick continue to form towards the upside, showing us that retracement getting established. But as of right now, I'm just doing the what if this is the start of the retracement. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? You can obviously see we have 5 setups. We are at setup number 4. We are in a bearish trend, and I'm looking to take a counter trend trade back towards the upside, towards this recent break of structure. Looking here, we have the counter trend, recent break. I'm looking to take buys back towards the upside, towards this recent break of structure. Same exact thing. So dropping towards the 4-hour time frame, we can see on the 4-hour time frame, price go from this beautiful bearish to bullish trend due to the breakout of these lower highs. When price established this break of structure towards the upside, this also allowed the 1 hour to do the exact same thing. As you all can see, we went from this bearish to now bullish trend. After price formed that breakout, where can we see price retrace back to on the 4-hour time frame? Well, since we know the 4-hour and the 1 hour are in sync towards the upside, we just look for the last break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. You can see we went from this bearish to bullish trend, and the last break of structure was around here. This is when we grab that box tool, we drag it out, and we count the number of rejections price showed towards this zone. We can obviously see price showed multiple signs of rejections towards this area of interest, which is really, really good. And then the last thing I want to see, since this is a valid zone, I simply want to see the 5-minute time frame, which we're doing right now, go from this bearish to bullish trend, getting back above our area of interest. Most importantly, you can see when we're above, we're treated as support. And then when price breaks below, we treat it as resistance. At the moment, price is below. We don't like that. So we're going to wait, allow price to go from this bearish to bullish trend as we're doing right now, but most importantly, get back above the zone. If later tonight, even though price is already forming this huge bullish move towards the upside, I would love to see price form some type of pullback. 1, having a retest of the recent break of structure on the 5-minute time frame. 2, having a retest of our 1 hour structure. And then we simply wait for the last confirmation, which is the breakout of our highs. Once we can see the continuation move towards the upside, we get in on the structure break, stops just below, targeting these 1 hour highs. If I cannot get a minimum of a 1-to-1 when I'm first looking to target these structure highs, if price can't give me a 1-to-1 in return, I'm simply going to walk away. Why? Because it's just showing me that this isn't the best of setups. But if price does give me a 1-to-1 risk to reward back in return, as I am targeting my highs, I will simply take a trade and then simply adjust this to being now a 1-to-2. Once I can see price show me a 1-to-1 risk reward at this zone. That shows me, hold on, like I was saying, it just shows me that price is giving me a good risk reward in return, which is what I want to see. And like you all know, I'm simply just adjusting it to a 1-to-2 because I don't look to get only 1% back in return. If I'm risking 1%, I don't want 1%. I want to double my return. So if I'm risking 1, I want back 2. That's how I trade. You don't have to do it. So that's what I'm going to be waiting on. We're going to see what happens come later tonight. And like always, I'm going to bring updates for you all. Take what I'm showing you. It's working. We took $60 to $1,000. Well, $958. We're almost at $1,000. But we took $60 to this, bro. Like, oh, and I want to show y'all this. Nobody will show y'all this, but I'm going to show y'all this. Look how much, well, look how many times it took me to actually flip the account. Like, y'all don't realize that this is the game of trading. You're going to take so many losses if you are flipping accounts. Why? Because you're using poor risk management. When you're flipping accounts, you have to disconnect when it comes to risk. Why? Because like I tell y'all all the time, you want proper risk management. So say if I'm using proper risk personally on my own personal account, I want to risk between 5 to 10% each trade. Why? I'm comfortable with risking that. But for somebody who is a beginner trader, will only risk 1 to 2% per trade. No reason to do more. There's no reason to do less. Risking 1 to 2% will get you back at least 10% per month if you are looking at a 1 to 2 risk reward setups. If you're not looking at a 1 to 2 or 1 to 2.5 at least risk reward in return, you're not going to get back 10%. You're not going to get back any percent because you're not using proper risk. So like I say, this is the reality of trying to flip accounts. Like you can see, bro, I've blown so many accounts trying to flip accounts, like trying to flip this account. I deposited so much. I think I was down like almost $800, $900. Y'all can do the math. And then it only takes 4 trades, 3 trades, 2 trades to wipe all of this clean. So right now, you can obviously see we're on a 4-trade winning streak or a 4-week winning streak. I take one trade per week, as you can all see right here. Yeah, it only takes one time. I'm just showing y'all the strategy that I use. I'm showing y'all the reality of trying to flip the account. Not saying you should try to flip an account, but if you do want to flip an account, just be aware there's going to be times where you just blow that account trying to do something that is not recommended. I don't care if it's not recommended. Why? Because I'm willing to go a route a lot of people aren't willing to go. If you don't want to do this, you're not going to have results. And what this is teaching me is to disconnect from the money and reconnect to the percentage. I always preach it. I worry about percentage. I don't worry about the dollar amount. As long as my percentage is abiding by the set of rules that I have for myself, bro, we're good. That's all I care about is a percentage. Don't care about the money, care about the percentage. A man of my word, bro. I'm not about to sit here in front like I'm just the best at what I do. I struggled, and it took time for me to actually learn my mistakes and own up to those mistakes. And I don't take credit. I give all my praise to Christ because he's the reason that I'm in this position. Focus on him, not focused on anyone else, anything else, but really just staying true in my faith with Christ, applying his word to my life, and basically showing y'all the outcome. So that's what I'm looking at for tonight, GBP CHF. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like I said, bro, we're starting at $9.59, and we're looking to take the account to $1,918.14 by the end of this week. So let's see what happens. All right, y'all. So if y'all hear the sink and stuff, my wife is getting ready to go to work, so don't pay attention to that too much. GBP CHF, exactly what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking about how we could see price push towards the upside based off of this bullish candle getting formed. But at the end of the day, price is still in this bearish trend. We haven't seen a push in the opposite direction, showing a sign of a retracement. And I expected price to continue to push since we didn't have like a strong bullish engulfing candlestick closure, again indicating that price wants to start the retracement. So instead of that happening, you can see if I go towards the 4-hour time frame, we have the breaker structure of our higher low pushing price to be out of sync now for a counter trend opportunity, which also pushed the 1-hour time frame to do the exact same thing, going from this bullish to bearish trend due to the breaker structure around here. So we're still waiting. I do have my eye on CAD JPY being a counter trend setup. You can obviously see we have bullish trend, double top scenario, rejection, bearish engulfing, 4-hour breaker structure, 1 hour. So CAD JPY looks good for tonight. We'll talk about it later on. We'll have to wait for this daily candlestick to close. So in 8 hours, y'all will have updates on that. I'm gonna catch y'all later. What's good, everybody? We are back. We got 2 pairs, AUD, USD, and CAD JPY. Starting off with CAD JPY, we can see that price is in a beautiful bullish trend. Price recently gave us the breakout of these, of these highs, and you can see we have the higher high, higher low, and at the moment we had all of these pivot points. And then the last pivot point price formed, it pushed us back above this area of support slash resistance. Now, if I drag this down like so, y'all know the daily regimen. We got the break of structure, higher high, higher low. So we can obviously see that price is bullish. We have the higher low, higher high, recent break of structure. And recently price formed these pivot points as we're forming this retracement. And then the last pivot point price formed pushed us to getting back above this area of resistance slash support. So now, since I know that price is now hovering back above this area of interest, as I drop towards the 4-hour time frame, we can see that that push allowed the 4-hour to perform this break of structure, going from this beautiful bearish to now bullish trend due to the recent breakout of these highs. And as soon as price formed this initial break of structure, guessed it, the 1-hour did the exact same thing. So now, knowing that the 4-hour and the 1-hour are in sync, we need an area where we can see the 4-hour retrace to. Going towards the 1-hour time frame, you all know we look for the last recent break of structure. When we draw out structure, you can obviously see price was trending in this bullish trend, and then price formed a beautiful break of structure, breaking past our recent higher highs. Going to continue this bullish trend and then performing the last break of structure around here. This is when we grab that box tool, we mark off the zone, and we count the number of rejections. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going, 9, 10, 11, 12, multiple signs of rejections towards this area of interest, which is good. Right now, you can obviously see we're waiting for price to form this retracement. We have the alarm set up. This retracement will allow the 5-minute to go from this bullish to bearish trend in order to tap back into our entry zone. Then we look for the bearish to bullish flip, allowing us to see that price is now back in sync with our overall direction of the market, and we could possibly find a trade. Next, we have CAD JPY. CAD JPY is not the prettiest. It is pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie to you. And so you're about to find out why. So right now we can see that price is in a bullish trend. We performed a recent break of structure, breaking past these recent lower highs, now going to form our new higher high, higher low, recent break of structure. Price formed the pullback, rejection, and then price had another push back towards the upside, but this time not breaking past our recent higher highs. We formed this beautiful double top formation, but as we're forming this double top formation, you can see how price is leaving us with this huge wick rejection towards the downside. You would think price is not, I don't like the wick rejection towards the downside. It's not showing me selling pressure. It's just showing me buying pressure is still holding up, and we're rejecting this recent area of resistance slash support. I don't like it, but we still have good signs. So as I drop towards the 4-hour time frame, you can see the only thing this wick rejection is the 4-hour performing the break and retest of structure, which is why I still say this is a good looking trade. So now, knowing that the 4-hour has recently performed the breakout around here, and we can see that the 1-hour is doing the exact same thing. Not only is the 4-hour performing the break of structure, but we are now performing a retracement. Where to? Going back towards the 1-hour time frame, we can see clear as day that we are retracing back towards our recent break of structure on the 1-hour. You can see the 1-hour was in this bullish trend that then went bearish due to the breakout of these higher lows. We then have the retracement with the second push back towards the downside. Now forming lower high, lower low, recent break of structure. Hence is why we have this box drawn out at this zone. Obviously, we can see it's multiple signs of rejection towards this area of interest, which is good. The only downside is the 5-minute time frame. Yes, the 5-minute time frame performed the bearish to bullish flip, but you all can obviously see that price is still bullish on the 5-minute. In order for me to truly be interested in taking a trade on here, I would have to see price continue towards the upside, perform the break of structure, continuing this uptrend movement, and then look for the next break of structure going from bullish to bearish, allowing me to see price is now getting back in sync with our higher time frame confluence. Or we simply just wait for price to perform the break of structure around here. Where now, if price performs a break of structure around here, I'm not going to enter because we can just see how far away we are from our entry zone. I don't like that. I will be leaning more towards price continuing in this bullish trend, have the break of structure that is then followed up by another break of structure going back towards the downside. We find our entry, ride this trade towards the downside. You know, if that does not happen, I simply walk away from this setup and we focus on AUD USD. So right now, my Main focus will be on AUD USD. Why? Because the 5-minute time frame is so much cleaner. We have cleaner structure on the 4-hour time frame, cleaner structure on the 1-hour time frame, and overall the daily time frame is showing us we have beautiful bullish pressure getting back above this zone, which is good. But CAD JPY, the reason I don't like it is why I just told you. We have this huge wick rejection towards the downside, and the 5-minute time frame is nowhere close to being ready to sell. And you can obviously see we're having strong selling pressure step in, which looks like we might be presented with this breaker structure come, I'm not gonna say a couple minutes, in a couple hours. So I'm not really interested in CAD JPY too much. It's on the list. It's probably not gonna give us anything. So AUD USD is looking like our number one 4-hour time frame. We're still waiting for price to start forming the retracement. You can obviously see we have 60 minutes until the daily candlestick closes, which allows us to see we have beautiful buying pressure above the zone, which is good. It's what you want to see. And then the 4-hour, we will be having the retracement possibly start to get established. So let's see what happens. This is the pair we will be trading. I say we will be entering a position tomorrow morning. Do I see it happening tonight? No, but every time I say that, price just ends up finding our area of interest the same day. So hey, we're just going to keep saying I don't see it happening tonight. And prayerfully, price has some type of push. So updates like always will be posted. Y'all stay on the lookout for that. All right, y'all, just entered this position. You can obviously see currently floating negative $41. So updates like always will be posted. All right, y'all, so we did have a beautiful push into profit. Then price decided to have a retracement back into drawdown. We are finding rejection at this recent support / resistance, as you all know, this being our area of interest. I'm simply going to see if price can react and then have some type of bearish engulfing, allowing us to see the lower time frames have that extension back towards the downside. Right now, the 15-minute time frame, obviously we're still bullish. 5-minute time frame, we just broke back bullish, but higher time frames, like you all know, are still overall bearish. If we can have this bearish engulfing, this will allow the 5-minute time frame to get back inside of a bearish trend, and we can possibly see price push towards our targets, but we have to wait and see. So right now we are sitting at probably sitting like $200 drawdown. Where are we at? Yeah, probably like $200 drawdown. So we have to see what happens come tomorrow morning. I'm about to, $300. Oh, I don't like that message. That's okay. If we get a margin call, that'll be good. It just automatically closes out at a good spot. We'll see what happens. This might be the first L of the challenge, so that is good. We can finally get that out the way and go from there, if that is the case. So let's see what happens. Like I said, if that margin call happens, that's good because we're still up in the challenge. We'll just go from there. Let's see if price can hold up right here, hold his resistance, and have some type of push. I would like that. I'm looking for the daily wick fill, in case you don't know. I talked about it earlier. We have this huge wick towards the downside, but going towards the 4-hour time frame. It's a clean break and retest setup, and I'm supposed to opening candle to have that engulfing, or just fill this candle back out, allowing us to see price have this extension back down towards our lows after we form the break retest. And then on top of that, what I do like is that we're forming this left head, right shoulder. If I 4-hour, it's a cleaner picture. We can see that left head, right shoulder, and we're forming this neckline. But also what I do like as we're forming this head and shoulders, I'm about to draw it out so y'all can see, we went from a bullish to now a possible bearish trend. You can see boom, boom, and as we're having this retest, left head, right shoulder, I'm looking for that rejection again towards our area of interest, and then price have that extension back down. If I go towards the 1-hour, we can see the 1-hour head and shoulders as well. So going towards the 1-hour time frame, you see the left head, right shoulder. We finally just broke through this neckline. You see price having a retest of this neckline area, also treated as resistance, and we're forming that rejection again. I'm just anticipating for price to fall, and we see what happens from here. So it's looking like a good rejection price is forming. So let's see what happens. It looks good. It looks really good. Updates coming in the AM.